Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video I am explaining the true purpose of NoFap and semen retention. Now you may be wondering what is the purpose of NoFap, right? Well, you see the real purpose of NoFap is to get your dopamine levels back to its natural, normal state, right? See, most people, or most guys, I should say, but especially a lot of girls as well, affects them as well, their dopamine levels too. It's not just guys, it's girls too, you know. When you're just watching porn all the time and you know, spilling your seed, jerking off, you're not only are you losing your semen, which is your chi, your life force energy, you're basically fucking yourself over, because it's like an addiction, right? It's an addiction to dopamine. You may be thinking that it's normal because society tells you it's normal, or, you know, just because you know, the porn industry, or, you know, just because it's natural. People think it's natural. And I'm not saying you can't ever jerk off or have sex or whatever. You know, all you gotta do is train your you know, your PC muscle to be able to have non-ejaculatory orgasms. But anyways, the whole point is to have a healed brain and to have a natural dopamine level, and to just be able to do sexual energy transmutation, like I've explained in a previous video. Sexual energy transmutation. Go check that video right now. Yeah, when you're just spilling your seed and you have so many dopamine levels, and you know, when your dopamine level is so high, you build an addiction to that. And that's why people build addictions to jerking off and to porn, because they have an addiction to dopamine. The addiction is no different than an addiction to meth, heroin, you know, whatever, any type of drug. Not that it's necessarily that, you know, that bad or that hard to get off of, but it can be for some. And it's more of a mental, psychological addiction, really, versus a physical addiction. So, you know, one thing that I liked that a viewer explained to me, that I've thought of myself as well, is that NoFap and semen retention go hand in hand. They're one and the same, right? But really, it's kind of like you start off with NoFap, and then that leads to a prolonged semen retention. Because when you're doing NoFap, you're healing your brain, you're reprogramming your brain, and you're getting your dopamine levels back to its normal state. That's why you feel like a kid again, or you start to feel happy. You don't get depression and anxiety anymore, or, you know, social anxiety. And a big reason that happens to people who you know, who ejaculate and, you know, jerk off, who do fap, is because their dopamine levels, it's so high, it's like an addiction. And so their subconscious has basically been programmed that whenever they go into a social environment around people, they start to, getting anxious and get all, they start to fuck up, right? They start to get scared or, um, fearful. And, just like I said, your subconscious has been programmed in your brain as well because of the high dopamine levels, and your body basically thinks that, um, since you're jerking off and ejaculating, that you're having sex and you have a partner. Therefore, you're not going to get looks from girls, and you're not going to get, um, you know, you're probably not going to be that happy. Um, and it's pretty hard to get a girlfriend as well. And that ties into the law of attraction because, like I said before, your beliefs are what manifest your experience. And when you're doing NoFap, it's reprogramming your brain and reprogramming your subconscious mind. So yeah. So that's why whenever you start doing NoFap and semen retention, you start to get like superpowers, because when you were a kid, right, you don't really know what jerking off is then, and then you all of a sudden hit puberty around 11, 12, something like that, 13. It varies, but around that age, right? And then around this age, you're flooded with porn and advertisements and all this shit that it just floods your brain with information. Therefore, you just go with the norm, and you just start tossing off, right? We're not taught this information in school. We should be, but we're not. Most guys they think orgasm and ejaculating are the same thing, but really they're fucking not. They're totally different. But anyways, this is why you start to feel like a kid again, because you're going back to that normal state, just like you did when you were a kid. Of course, you still have testosterone and all those hormones, but your dopamine levels is back to its natural state, right? And then, another thing as well, that's why you start, like I was saying with the law of attraction, that's why you start to get attention from girls. And, things just start manifesting within your experience. Just like I said, sexual energy transmutation. When you keep in your semen, your chi, you then use that energy, you transmute it into a good, positive thing, a hobby, or work, just your life in general, whatever. Therefore, this improves your life. You get more attraction from girls. You're not socially anxious or anxious at all, really. You're not depressed. You're happy again. And I think that's what a lot of people are really searching for, but they end up going to an addiction. That's the thing. They feel it. They feel their negative thoughts and emotions with addictions, whether it be drugs, porn, negative thinking. That's an addiction. I'm going to make a video on that. Food, whatever, there's all types of addictions. They're just different ways for you to shut out your unconscious desires in your mind. So yeah, you're just shutting it out. But the benefits of this is really to have a positive, great, loving, happy life. There's lots of benefits. These are the main benefits of NoFap. And, NoFap it ends up leading to a profound, you know, a long history of semen retention. They're one and the same, you know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. Y'all have a great day.